Happy day, children. This is Crystal, your grade 7 English teacher. In this video, I'm going to discuss the third lesson from your prose, and the name of the lesson is Homesickness, written by Roald Dahl. So children, today we will be discussing the third lesson from your reader, and the name of the lesson is Homesickness, written by Roald Dahl. So I would like to ask you a few questions, children, before we start the lesson. So how many of you or your siblings had the chance to study in a boarding school? So did you enjoy the stay there? Did you miss your parents? Did you feel homesick there? Did you like the food provided by the hostel? Were you able to take care of yourself and your needs? Were you able to fulfill your needs and grow into a more self-dependent person? So this is Roald Dahl as a young lad, and the story is an excerpt from the book that he has written, and the name of the book is Boys, Tales of Childhood. So a few lines about the author. Roald Dahl was a British novelist, short story writer, poet, screenwriter, and wartime fighter pilot. His books have sold more than 250 million copies worldwide. Dahl was born in Wales to immigrant parents. He served in the Royal Air Force during the Second World War. Storyboard which I have created for you, children. So this is Roald Dahl, and one day he just decides to play a prank and decides to go home. So let's see what was that prank that he played, and how was he able to trick the warden and return back to his home just because he was homesick. He just pranks or fools the warden of the hostel, and he returns back home. Let's see what happens now. So this chapter is an excerpt from Roald Dahl's novel Boy, Tales of Childhood. So it is about a boy who was sent to boarding school, and who is this boy? It is Roald Dahl himself. And during the first few weeks of his stay at the boarding school, he was so homesick, he thought of a plan for getting himself sent back home, even if it was for only a few days. He planned to be suffering from appendicitis. So his sister had actually had appendicitis, and he had observed her very closely. So he knew how an appendicitis patient behaved in acute pain. So he pretends to be in acute pain in front of his warden or his matron. So considering the situation, the headmaster decides to call Roald Dahl's parents. Now the boy eventually succeeds in his plan, as he is sent back home for treatment. So now he feels very happy, but his happiness does not last long, as his doctor finds out that he is faking. He advises him not to repeat such trick in future. Now the boy, he feels ashamed and promises both his mother and the doctor that he will never repeat something like this again in his life. When I say homesickness, what do you mean by it? I hope you know its meaning. Sickness is when you know that you are not well, and homesickness means you are missing your home, your family members. You are away from your home for a long time, for reasons like you're studying in a hostel. Now this kind of an ill feeling which you develop because of missing your home is called as homesickness. So instead of homesickness, I feel the chapter could have been named as school sickness these days, isn't it? Because we are missing school badly. You're missing your friends, you're missing your teachers, you're missing your sports period, maybe your art and craft period. So children, you can relate this story to children of your age. You might be remembering, you might have made such excuses for not going to school, for not doing your homework. So you would have not done your homework and you give a lame excuse to your parents telling that you're not well, I don't want to go to school. I hope you understood the lesson, children. Thank you.